Yes, sir.
Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. I want to address your comments in regards to the website. During the August 24, 2021 school board meeting, the Director of Risk Management, Continue Gordon, stated that when reporting COVID-19 cases, she stated that a majority of our families either don't have internet access or don't like using the internet. So my concern is that you all using that as a primary means of communicating with the community that's 85% socially, economically disadvantaged, and the district doesn't have hotspots for our students right now. My concern is that you're not getting to the people who these decisions affect the most. So I would recommend that maybe you all send letters home with the kids. When the bond election came out, they were jumping out of the bushes, jumping out of the trees. You didn't have to go looking for the district in order to get feedback because they wanted that bond to pass. I wanted the same rigor to be given to our community and our disproportionate economic status to get our input for this superintendent search. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And to the gentleman's point, we are exploring other avenues and other options in the chat. Okay, yes, sir.
Greetings once again, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. My hopes and aspirations for the superintendent is to have someone who is a humanitarian, not a politician. Those are two distinct honors. I think someone who is more concerned about the compassion of the community and doing what's going on in Austin, the other aid city. So I'm looking for someone who is actually a humanitarian and not a politician for our community.
Thank you, sir.
Greetings. Once again, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. Points of pride would be, and I know this might be a far stretch, is someone that actually came from Alief. Alief alumnus would be great. But another point of pride, more importantly, would be someone with high aspirations, or high education. Not a superintendent with a master's degree, and then the bus drivers has a doctoral degree, or the teachers have a doctoral degree. So if he's going to be he or she is going to be leading our community, I want them to be high in education as well, not the individuals that come up under it. Thank you.
All right, points of pride. Yes, sir.
Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. The biggest challenge that he or she who comes in is going to have to face is earning back the trust of the community and the employees based on the superintendent that just left. So take that for what you may. Each individual and each group has their own experience with the superintendent and the district, but overcoming those past experiences is going to be the biggest challenge, specifically mistrust. Thank you.
Okay, so the topic third of yes, sir.
Can you state the question again for me, please?
Yes, sir. So the fourth and final question is, what are the characteristics, traits, and qualities that are most important to you in an effort for the superintendent to reach those hopes and aspirations that you shared earlier?
Absolutely, great. Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. I think the biggest quality for me is not handpicking and selecting the individuals that have your same thought, ideology, or want to carry your same message. The district does a great job of not including individuals that don't align with their opinions or where they're trying to go. They don't include those individuals in those decision-making processes. So if you could include those individuals who are your start components and get them on board, give them access to the information to change their mind, I think our district would run a lot better, because the group that already agrees, if you can convert the individuals that don't agree or give them the information which you're asking for, trying to convert the ideology of what they're thinking, I think our district will be much greater and better place, and United Force would be have a great determination for our students and our staff. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anything online, sir?
Challenges, greeting, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. As I said earlier before, 85% of our district is socially economically disadvantaged. So a lot of our residents work 2 or 3 jobs. They also take public transportation. Just from the administration building to here is 4 miles. It takes at least 2 or 3 buses to get from the administration building to here. So my concern is that working 2 or 3 jobs and/or in our district is 14 square miles apart. So imagine how long it would take for a resident from the other side of the district to get to a meeting right here and only have 6 to 7 p.m. to communicate and/or have to work 2 or 3 jobs. So maybe possibly doing some meetings on Saturday. I mean, you do Zoom, so you could do a Zoom meeting on Saturday at 6 to 7 p.m. to get other stakeholders involved. If I had to make a decision tonight, being a single parent and traveling across the district for 3 hours, or cooking my family dinner, or taking off from work and coming here tonight, I wouldn't come here. I'm just be honest with you. Nor would I have the ability to get online. As I stated, the district stated that our community doesn't have access to being online, nor do they utilize the resources well. So just being intentional about those limitations, but yet those decisions that we're making tonight are still going to impact those individuals that work 2 or 3 jobs, are a single parent, and/or don't like or can't use technology. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And we appreciate your candor. And as I stated earlier, that is our intention, that is our purpose, and that is the spirit in which we serve them as it pertains to our service to the school board and to Alief. Any other challenges online? No? Yes, sir.
Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. Another big challenge that the candidate may face or concern of mine is that our current superintendent or ex-post superintendent wanted to be a school board member and or the president of the school board and the superintendent at the same time. For example, he's allowed to take role when we have a vice president and president, secretary and assistant president, and also an assistant secretary to the board. Yet the president of the board defers to the superintendent to take role at the school board meetings. If you go to the website has superintendent tab and there's school board tab. The superintendent has his own tab and information in there. Then you go to the school board, and once again, the superintendent is there as well. So finding a superintendent that is not interested in leading the board or implying that he leads the board, he or she leads the board, I think is going to be a setback too. And/or if they only have intentions on being a school board member and coming to a district where the superintendent has ran the board and the district at the same time, that's going to be a situation for an individual that just wants to be a school board, a superintendent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Based off what you just said.
Greetings, Damon, Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. Sue Dygard, thank you for your work in HISD. You are a stand-up trustee, so I really appreciate that. I wish I had you here. In regards to the transparency, is the questions and concerns going to be a living, breathing document, and you're going to start posting those immediately, and/or can you share them on social media platforms for those who are? I want all of these concerns to be out in our community, and not just the fact that you're doing a result. Just the fact that we're allowed to have our voices heard tonight, I already feel better. I've been in the district since I was 8 years old, and this is the most transparent conversation that we've been allowed to have here. So I think that those concerns should be shared on social media and/or show the public that we are trying to turn the corner and let our transparency and our community's voices be heard. Thank you. So if those are going to be posted, please make that intention to know that, hey, these are the questions and concerns, and let that be a living and breathing document. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And again, in the spirit of transparency, we will work with staff. I don't